So behind me here is one of the more desirable boats of the show. This is the Princess V40. Now, we've done a V39 before, but I'm not sure we've had a look at the very latest V40, so let's talk you through it. As you can see, it's the 40-foot model, the entry-level model actually for the Princess range. Really pretty looking boat, very nice lines. And one of the big changes they've made is they've incorporated a single strip of glass all the way down that side. So whereas previously there were a number of different shaped portholes, they've now got this lovely slash of glass, and you can see it's all lit up inside, but it makes a huge difference both in terms of the exterior styling but also in terms of the light and the views you get from inside. So just wanted to show you that whilst we were outside the boat, and let's walk around now and take a look inside. So there you go, matching glass on this side and hardtop up top, but let's go on board and take a closer look. So prices for this particular boat is about 550,000 ex VAT. The starting price is more like about 450, I believe, but I'll check up on that in a minute. So starting from the stern, we've got a hydraulic bathing platform. That's an option, means you can keep the tender on there and lower it into the sea and easily recover it. This particular one hasn't got the sunpad option. There is an option to have a sunpad that extends out a little bit further over here, and then a sliding seat back that folds in to the cockpit and means you've got a sunpad on this side and then a sort of adjustable dinette the other side. But one of the nice things about not having it is that you do get easier access to this rather handy locker under here, which you can see, because it's at a show, it's full of storage at the moment, but you can get a little fold-up tender to go in there, inflatable tender. Really nice to be able to have that if you don't want to clutter up the bathing platform by actually having it on chocks here. Gate through into the cockpit itself, steps up to the side deck. We're not going to be able to go up the side deck here because it is a little bit dangerous. There's a bit of a drop off there, but really nice teak. You can see the thickness of the cappings on there, just gives a very classy finish. Little deck drains there so that any water that does come down the side drains down. There is a Princess logo on the gate, and in here we've got a little deck shower so you can rinse off after a swim. Always nice to be able to have some fresh water, or indeed to help wash down the boat. Close it up and you can see there's nice lighting under here, deck lights, all adds to the kind of sophisticated look and feel. Really nice seating area in the cockpit. Got a single teak table. If you have that sunpad option, then you have a folding table so that the backrest can come all the way over. Without it, there's no need. You just have a solid teak table, but you can see that it's adjustable for height, so you can drop that down and make a sunpad there instead. But really nice seating area, lovely sort of fabric finish, various different color options you can go for. On this side there is wet bar, again beautifully done, all nicely molded out, and a proper gas strut to hold it in place. And you can see, well, that tap obviously needs to drop down there, but got the barbecue here, sink, and then the cool box on this side. And you can see that's a split top, but beautifully molded, very nice and clean. No raw unfinished bits of fiberglass. Bin under there, bit more storage. Just close that up, and yet more storage under here. Can't have too much storage, particularly on a 40-foot boat like this. It's always handy to have places to tuck things away. Now there's a small step up here to the helm area, and this is another feature I really like, this slightly curved kind of chaise longue approach, but next door to the helm. It's really nice to be able to sit up here, and you can see there's a step up here so that when you are sat there you get a bit of elevation, you can look out through the roof. You've got the helm seats right next door, so really sociable, means 2 or 3 of you can sit along here and very much be part of the action with your captain. So helm seats themselves, again 2 separate seats, bolsters that swing up out of the way so you can stand or sit. And here's another nice little feature. See this teak platform, you can just drop that down and provide a footrest, which means that when you are stood at the helm, if I put that seat up too, just pop that out the way, you can then stand on this and look out over the foredeck. Really nice driving position, just gives you a little bit of extra height so that when you're stood here you get a fantastic view over the foredeck. And this is a really big sunroof opening, so there's absolutely no danger of that plonking on the back of the head. It goes all the way back, and it is of course an electric sunroof, and it's controlled by this little switch here. So there you go, you can see how that closes up, and then of course you put the seat down, sit down at the helm, and you've got a fully enclosed boat if the weather suggests that you really don't want to have that open. It all closes up, still got those lovely neat lines, but properly enclosed hardtop. Obviously it's still open at the back, it's not big enough to have a separate set of doors, but you do get very nice protection. So let's just open that up again. It's such a lovely feature to have. Nice and quick, not too noisy. You can see it's fabric, so it all tucks up nicely, all neatly away. You really wouldn't know it's there. Keep going, it's a sort of two-stage process, and there we go, all done. So now we go down into the accommodation deck. You can see there's 4 steps down, again very nicely finished. This boat has got the, I think it's called the silver oak option. So there are 3 different colours. There's a light pale oak, there is a darker walnut, and this is the silver oak option. Rather nice finish actually. It's not quite as pale as some of them, but equally it's still nice and bright. And here you can see the effect of those windows. So you've got the full length window around this saloon sort of dinette area, lets lots of light in and gives you a lovely view out. It has got blinds here though, so you can close it all off, give yourself the privacy, or if it gets too hot. There's a galley over on this side, small but actually really well appointed, because you've got shelves, little lockers all the way around here, and as ever beautifully done, all little separate fiddle spaces for every single item, all your coffee cups, all your bowls, and lots of storage all the way around. Nice L shape, makes it easy to reach everything. Got a sink under there, swing out tap, marble effect finish on the work surface, 2-burner hob, little combined oven, microwave, big storage section there for pots and pans. And look at this little stack of 4 nice lockers, but all got positive catches on, all got soft close. And although they're only small spaces, it's actually really handy for just storing bits and bobs. And then the fridge, not huge, but on a 40-foot boat with only 2 cabins, good enough. Couple of plug sockets, close that up, and then over here you can see we've got a television on the wall, and this, what looks like a tiny skinny little locker, is actually rather beautiful storage for the glasses. See, again, they're all held in their own proper little slots, beautifully backlit. It's that kind of attention to detail that makes a difference. Now moving forward, we've got the master, the owner's cabin in the bow area. You can see there is access to the bathroom from through there, but I've got the other door open at the moment. So there is only the one bathroom on this boat, so it has dual access, so you can get to it, use it as the day heads. But you do have ensuite access from the owner's cabin. And again, for a boat this size, really nice cabin. Decent double bed, proper full width. It's not too, doesn't angle in at the bow or anything. You've got full width all around it. And again, those windows, you can see they stretch all the way around on both sides, and overhead hatches. And again, for a 40-foot boat, it's just very nicely detailed and finished. You can see on the bed head here, lovely fabric finish, little strips of stainless steel, mirrors either side. Really nice finish and detailing. And over here, there's even a tiny little vanity area, or at least storage for jewellery or watches or whatever it may be. You've obviously got controls for air conditioning, for light, and you've got speakers up here. You can probably hear the radio playing actually behind me. And that's where you've got the controls for that. And let's just see if we can turn that down a bit. There we go. So everything that you need. Nice hanging locker over there. And then working our way back, you can see back through the saloon into the guest cabin. And again, good standing headroom here at the foot of the bed. So for a 40-foot boat, there is actually a really nice, comfortable, there's a little seating area here. You can sit yourself there. You've got that lovely big window that we saw from outside. It's a nice storage unit as you come in. There's full standing headroom in this area, so there is somewhere to stand up and get changed. Again, lots of storage all the way around. And then the beds themselves, which run under the cockpit, so there is limited headroom under there. But actually, it's not bad. Again, it's very easy to get down here and you can still sit on the bed without having to crouch. The other bed loses a little bit more because it's further under the cockpit, but perfectly comfortable to sleep on. And actually with lots of fresh air coming in both sides, you've got those big windows, decent sized bed. They're not hugely wide, they're probably not quite 3 feet, 2.5 feet or something, full length. But there is that lovely sofa at the end of the bed and a really nice little wardrobe area. Doesn't quite count as a walk-in wardrobe, it hasn't got the standing room, but really nice to actually be able to hang your clothes in there. You've got good storage in there. Actually not at all a bad cabin, and given that we're inside at the moment, you can tell how well lit it is. We've got lights everywhere tucked under the lockers, up by the beds, so it never feels dark and dingy. Just while we're down there, we can have a quick look, see that no space is wasted. There's another little locker under there. And let's just pop that down. And here's those steps again, and here again, look at the finish of that. It's lovely kind of snakeskin effect leather, really nice and sturdy, stainless steel finish. And little rubber bits, little bits in the tread that just make sure you don't slip off. And then finally, let's have a quick peek down here. This is of course where the engines are. If we lift that up, and you can see there's a ladder down here, and that's another nice detail. That is just a fender basket, and just a really neat place to tuck a couple of fenders in there, keep them out of the way. Useful place for storing them. So here we go, drop down into the engine bay. And you can see we've got some of the cushions tucked in here, so that's for making up the sun pad. And here we go, you can see the two engines. This has got D6 380s, the standard engines are 330s. There's a cover on top of that one. Clearly you couldn't do that when it was running, it'd be too hot. But you can get right down here. So you've got fuel tanks over on this side, got another one over on the other side, got the fuel strainers there, filters, keep everything nice and clean. It's not a lot of clearance over the engines, but actually because you can tuck down here, you can reach everything you need to do, get to the oil dipsticks, have a look in the water strainers, make sure they're clear. So for your day-to-day checks, very easy to get to, and actually there is a bit of space. You can squeeze down alongside them, get to the side of the engine if you need to. So there we are. That is the engine bay on the Princess V40. Now with those engines, it should be good for round about 35 knots. Which, to be honest, is probably fast enough for a boat like this. They are the largest engines, but that's going to do you just fine. So there you have it. That is the Princess V40. It's the very latest model in this guise, with these various options and extras on, 550,000 ex-VAT. But what a pretty boat. And really, if you're a couple or a family with a couple of kids, there's not a lot more you need than that. Really nice practical, stylish, quick, fun sports cruiser. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do, and hit the bell button so that you're notified whenever we post a new video.